Hello students, we are going to be discussing the Cyclic Test 1 model answer paper which we have written on the basis of climate chapter, right? So children, before we begin, just to remind you that this chapter is a very important chapter indeed, and I'm pretty much sure that you might be knowing that this chapter indeed is quite scoring as well. As discussed in our lectures too, that if you have to score, this is one of the chapter which is an independent chapter where you can score completely, right? Now, in your examination, of course, that is in board examinations, it's going to be coming for a 10-mark question. Moreover, we will also be having map marking questions also which will be dependent upon them, right? But right now we will restrict ourselves only to these questions which has been asked to you in your examinations, okay? So children, without wasting much of time, let's quickly go ahead. So children, the very first question, as you can see, it's a 30-mark paper. The first question which was asked to you was, name the different seasons in India and when they are experienced. Now, first and foremost, a lot of students usually have a tendency to write down the answer as summer season, monsoon season, winter season, at times they write down cold season, right? So you can't write down an informal way, or you cannot write down it in a very casual wording. You will need to write down with the proper textual words what they want. For example, you can see there are four principal seasons in India: the hot and dry summer, which is taking place from March to May. Then we have the hot and wet or rainy season, or the southwest monsoon winds or season, which is extending from June to September. The third will be the retreating southwest monsoon, which is taking place from October to November. And the cold and dry winter season, that is, or northeast monsoon season, basically, which is supposed to be taking place from December to February, right? Children, please stick to these words. That is when you can score full 2 marks. Remember, informal or casual way of writing won't help you out. Okay. The next question, name the following. The winds that bring heavy rainfall to Cherrapunji. Cherrapunji is located in Meghalaya, right? So southwest monsoon winds are the ones which are responsible for bringing rainfall to Cherrapunji, Mawsynram, which is supposed to be the rainiest location in the India and in the world as well, right? All right, going ahead to the next one. Local winds. Name the local winds which cause thunderstorms and heavy rainfall in Assam and West Bengal. So the answer indeed is Kal Baisakhi. They are the ones which are responsible for bringing rainfall to Assam as well as West Bengal. So here you can see this is how you can score simply full 2 marks, right? The third question, what are the western disturbances? If you remember children, these are those winds which are originating from Mediterranean Sea coming towards India, the ones responsible for bringing rainfall, right? So here you can see these are the points what is expected from you. Western disturbances are the temperate cyclones which are originating over Mediterranean and Western Asia. Very important for you to highlight these places. You need to tell them from where are they originating from, right? Of course, they're moving into India along with the west flow of jet streams. That point, even if you write down, that's okay. Even if you don't know, that's okay. But the main important part was till Western Asia moving towards India. Second, by causing cyclonic rains over North Indian plains and snowfall. Okay, so there is a question which has been based upon that. So we just discuss upon that too. All right. So the question that is second, I'm sorry, I took it wrongly. The second point which is there, by causing cyclonic rains over the North Indian plains and snowfall in the mountains. So they are the ones which are responsible for bringing rainfall to the lower reaches. And if you go towards the higher areas, it will lead to snowfall. Moreover, winter rainfall is caused by them and it is of immense importance for cultivation of rabi crops. Even if you write down rabi crops and give an example like wheat, that is also completely fine, right? All right, children, moving to the next one. So the fourth question, that is question number 4, which has been asked, give geographical reasons for each of the following. First, central Maharashtra receives less or little rainfall. Okay, so let's go down to the next answer. So children, first and foremost, central Maharashtra receives less rainfall because central Maharashtra is coming under rain shadow area of Western Ghats, right? If you remember, Mumbai being on the windward side, Pune being on the leeward side. So Pune, central Maharashtra, they are one and the same. Moreover, the next question which has been asked to you, Western Rajasthan receives no rainfall from the Arabian Sea branch of the southwest monsoon winds. So if you remember, Aravallis, right? So in Rajasthan, the Aravalli range is parallel to the direction of the southwest monsoon winds. So it is unable to stop the moisture-laden winds. For that reasons, most part of the Rajasthan region is dry. Simple points, to the point answer, and 1 point you can easily write down out here, and 1 marks you can easily score out here for both these questions. That is total 2 marks. Right? The third question. Mangalore is not cold even in the month of December. So let's understand, where does Mangalore actually locate to. So Mangalore is located in the coastal area. Therefore, its climate is moderate. It is moderated due to the land breeze and sea breeze which is happening on a daily basis. It does not have a high temperature in summer and low temperatures in winter. If I have to relate Mangalore, so Mangalore is it's a place which is quite relatable to Mumbai as well. You don't have excessive high temperatures or excessive low temperatures during summers or winter either ways. So something similar to that you experience in Mangalore too. So children, very simple questions, and here you can score full 10 marks. Okay, if you've written all these answers properly. Remember, what matters is the key words what you need to write down out here. Right? All right, let's move to the next question, question number 2. Okay, so the question is, name the type of climate prevailing over India. Mention any 2 factors responsible for it. So the tropical monsoon type of climate is something which is related to India. 2 factors which are found out here or which are responsible for having such a type of climate is, first, the Himalayas are acting as a climatic divide. If you remember, the Tibetan side, the sections which is towards the Asian sections, northern part of the Asian sections have cold conditions. They have been blocked by the Himalayas, which is acting as a climatic divide. And the interior sections, that is towards India, you'll find these southwest monsoons which are trying to move towards Himalayas and crossing over it, but the Himalayas are blocking them. And so maximum rainfall is seen towards the windward side, that is North Indian plains. That's the second point indeed. Then monsoon winds which bring rainfall to Indian subcontinent. So they are also responsible for having such type of conditions, right? All right. The next question, give geographical reasons for each of the following. First, Punjab gets rain in winter. Indeed, what we discussed before is the same answer to it, just a little bit more twisted. Punjab gets rains in winter because Punjab comes under the influence of western disturbances, which are moving in the eastward direction from the Mediterranean region, bringing rainfall to the northwest part of India during winter season, right? All right, another question which has been asked to you. When the Malabar coast is receiving heavy rainfall in July, the Tamil Nadu comes in comparative dry regions or conditions. So Malabar coast gets rainfall from Arabian Sea branch. So while going, the southwest monsoons are in which is bringing them the rainfall, right? But if you talk about Tamil Nadu, the winds are not able to bring rainfall to those areas. They're just crossing over it. It's a dry winds. And Tamil Nadu region usually gets the rainfall, okay, from the northeast monsoon winds. So the Tamil Nadu coast indeed lies parallel even to the Bay of Bengal branch. So these areas does not receive much of rainfall. In fact, it gets very less rainfall, right? All right, children. The next question. In spite of Aravalli ranges, Rajasthan receives very less rain. The same answer what we discussed before. In Rajasthan, the Aravalli range is parallel to the direction of southwest monsoon winds. So it is unable to stop the moisture-laden winds, thus receive very low rainfall. All right, children. So let's come to the next set of questions. What is the economic importance of the following? So first is Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal and Assam. So Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal and Assam, so they have 2 different crops to be used. So Kal Baisakhi is beneficial for the growth of rice and jute, which is supposed to be widely grown in West Bengal. It's a very important crop for them. One being the food crop, another one being the commercial crop. And tea is a commercial crop for Assam as well, where we have the tea plantations. For both these places, that is Assam and West Bengal, these rainfall plays a very important role for the cultivation of these crops. Right? All right, let's see the next one. So mango showers in Kerala and Karnataka. So mango showers are quite important in Kerala, especially for mango, tea, and coffee plantations to be growing. And it also helps in the early ripening of mango crops in Karnataka. All right, cyclonic rainfall in Punjab, really beneficial for rabi crops. Okay, so here you can see rabi crop, one of the examples would be wheat. Next, again, relief rainfall on the Coromandel coast. So when we have a relief rainfall, it is really good for the cultivation of rice. Rice can widely be grown out there, right? So here you can see how they have distributed 2 marks as half of a mark each. So like this also they can ask you a question, right? All right, let's go to the next question. Now children, this is something what we discussed last time also, the climate based questions. Now there were many students who had a query, sir, is annual rainfall and average rainfall one and the same? No. When they ask you annual rainfall, it's simple, you have to just add up all the rainfall and write it with centimeters or millimeters depending upon the question and the unit what has been used in the question, right? So accordingly please write down, and if it's average you have to add it and then divide it by the number of months. So it may happen that they will ask you only for 4 months, they may ask you for all the 12 months. So accordingly, you have to add up and divide according to the number of months they have asked in the question, right? So that is how the first question is, that what is the total, calculate the annual rainfall experienced by the station. So the annual rainfall is 114.3 centimeters. Suggest a name of this station. Now children, remember one thing, whenever they say suggest a name of the station, preferably use the name of cities. Okay, if they ask you mention the name of the coast on which the station is found, so you have to first look at which city is it belonging to. For example, if it's Mumbai, then it will be on the western coast. If it's then Chennai, it will be on the eastern coast. If they say state, then it will be Maharashtra, and on the eastern side it will be Tamil Nadu. Now over here, how do you identify that it's Chennai or it is Mumbai? So remember one thing, children, in Mumbai, we usually receive the rainfall in the months of June, July, August, September. But if I talk about Chennai, they receive rainfall from the northeast monsoon winds. So usually they are the retreating monsoon season. So they will be receiving in the months of November, December, or rather October and November, December. So if you find that the rainfall is more towards October, November, December, even till Jan, that means it's clear that it is more towards the eastern, especially towards Tamil Nadu, and that is eastern coast or Chennai. So that is how you have to identify. Look at the rainfall, which month is receiving the highest. If it's June, July, August, September, it will be more towards western side. If it's October, November, December, January, it will be towards the eastern side, right? That's how you will come to know which side you have to mention. The next question, name the season during which the rainfall is the heaviest. So actually speaking, when I say name the season should be indeed retreating monsoon. Over here, there's a correction. But also they have asked you the month, and the month would be October. So please do make a note of that. If they ask you the season, then the season will be retreating monsoon. That is northeast retreating monsoon, as we mentioned before. And the month will be October month, right? So children, as you can see, it's a very simple question which you could have solved. So I hope that in the following papers, whenever climate questions are going to be asked upon, you are following this, you're keeping this as a reference. And believe me, children, this will play a very important role. And this will also play a very, very important role, especially for scoring the marks. It's a very scoring chapter. And if you notice, most type of questions are quite repetitive. So these are few questions which are quite repetitively being asked in board examinations. You may go ahead and check the previous year's paper and find many questions resembling to these questions. So remember, the questions will remain the same. They may modify it, but end of the day, they will stick to the concepts, right? So I hope this was helpful to you, and accordingly, you can take the guidance, you can correct your papers as well, right? Thank you so much, everyone, and wishing you all the very best. God bless you. Thank you. Bye.